Ooh. Happy New Year, everybody. Been back at home now for 2 nights and I've had enough, so I'm going to get my act together in a bit, pack a suitcase and get over to Manchester, stop in an hotel for the night because it's doing my head in here. I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll put those rubber breeches that I had made a few weeks ago in, on with a rubber top, shove my wellies in, some gloves and my electro kit. I think it'd be nice to do some videos in the rubber. So you've got that to look forward to. I got my electro kit back yesterday. Before I go, I'll probably do a little review of it here. Yeah. Electro, I really used to love. Hang on, let me get my head together. I used to think a long time ago that electro were really weird and dangerous, but actually it's really, really good, horny fun. So I'll get my kit out. My kit's up there with lots of different attachments. Last night I went to a really nice AA meeting in Leeds. It was really, really nice. Without wanting to appear snobby or hoity-toity, the meeting I went to last night, you've got more of an intelligent crowd, more of a free-thinking, contemplative crowd at this meeting in Leeds. And there was someone who shared before me who was talking about helping yourself. And it's funny how at AA meetings a lot of people point to the literature and say it's a bad thing to be selfish. It's a bad thing to be selfish. You should do things for other people. You should think about other people and do things for other people. Do nice things for other people. And I pointed out that actually when things aren't going well for me, it's because I'm not thinking about myself enough in the right way. Yeah, that actually being selfish and thinking about the self can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing. Yeah, but it can be a good thing. I gave an example, funnily enough, of these videos. I mentioned these videos in my share, and I said I explained that I'd been making videos on YouTube, and I mentioned the fact that the other night I was talking with a lad in a chat room, and this lad said, "Oh, your videos are really cool. I really, really like your videos." And I said, "Oh," I says, "thank you very much." I says, "Why don't you make any?" "Oh, no, I'm just going to champion yours." So to me, what that conveyed when I said that in the meeting was that I'd found a way to promote myself through my videos, yeah, and be selfish and serve the self, serve myself, my needs through making videos and promoting them. And when I'd encountered someone who was worshipping me and through my videos, I gave them the opportunity. I said, "Well, why don't you make some videos?" And they freely chose to say, no, I'm just going to champion your videos. I also pointed out, I says, there are other ways of being selfish. There are other ways of that you can imagine you're serving the self, such as the occasions when I've just spent all day going shopping. Literally, I've got up, I've gone to Manchester or I've gone to Leeds, and I've just spent all day shopping. Yeah, so I've become obsessed with shopping, buying things for myself and buying things for others maybe as well. And there's been those occasions when I've done that, when I've just gone shopping all day, that at the end of the day I've said to myself, bloody hell, what have I done that for? I don't seem to have benefited from just shopping for myself all day. There was a time recently, I remember there was one Saturday I went over to Manchester and I spent about £1,000. I bought some sunglasses, they were 500 quid. I bought other clothes, and it came to £1,000. And I remember sitting down in Manchester about 7 o'clock at night, and I felt buggered, and I just said to myself, what the hell how have I benefited from seemingly doing something for myself, but I just feel buggered. Yeah, there's different ways of serving the self, but being selfish and serving the self is not necessarily a bad thing. It can be a very, very, very good and pious thing. Yeah. If I could just briefly explain a bit of yogic philosophy. I've probably gone through this before, but in a slightly different way. There's a very, very simplified way for you to look at life. In as much as there's the individual self, and there's the universal self, and there's the world. And what you're doing is you're bouncing around on the world, and what you're attempting to do is find yourself in a situation where it becomes easier for you to connect to the individual self with the universal self. The first port of call for that connection is through orgasm. There's no denying that. That's how you connect to the individual self. The individual self is a system of energy, and the universal self is a system of energy. And those two systems of energy connect, allowing you to experience the ecstasy that is the universal self through orgasm. There's no denying that. So it's very, very important, once you realise that, about this connection between the individual self, yourself, and the universal self, that you put your energies and you put your time into making sure that it's an easier ride for you to go through life, bouncing around in the world. Yeah. I think I've explained that pretty well. It's the new moon later on, and the new moon always gets to me. It's the new moon in about an hour, and I always feel a bit stressed, a bit out of it. So I'll probably go through that again another time. For now, no flinching. Woo. A very happy new year. Catch you soon with the electro gear. Alright, cheers now.